Hey everyone, and welcome to Pandora Astrology's monthly horoscope for Sagittarius. I'm Julia Mijas, and with me is
I'm Jamie Kale Miller. And by the way, if Sagittarius is your sun sign and you missed your birthday reading this year, it's not too late to benefit from a reading of your solar return birthday chart. It tells you all about the year to come and how to handle it for best results. You'll find a link for that in the description below. Well, let's start with career. Juno is traveling through your 10th house in the sign of Virgo and will be there for much of the year, certainly the first half of the year. And she's going to go retrograde in your 10th house on January 11th. Now, Juno is the asteroid to do with committed relationships, and she's also a social leader. She's a leader of people, most especially of women, but she leads in a warm and connecting kind of a way. And having her in the 10th house means that you can really work on your connections through your career. That means everything from connecting better to your customer base, to the people that work for you or under you or around you, networking more on the job, all of those things. So while Juno is retrograde, which is going to be for a couple of months, really until April, you want to really work on those connections and make sure that they're strong and that you're connected to all the people that you want to be to advance your career. So also around January 15th to 16th, Venus and Ceres are going to square Juno. And so some interesting things might pop up right there in your quest to kind of, sort of clear the ones out of your Rolodex that you don't really want to be connected to anymore, or amp up your LinkedIn presence. Now, sort of segueing into the relationship realm, because Juno is a goddess of relationship, and so is Venus. Venus is going to bring you some really great magnetism as she moves into your first house. She actually starts the month in your first house and then enters your second house on January 23rd. But for the first 2/3 of the month, while Venus is in your first house, you're going to be so much more appealing and attractive. This is the best month all year to make changes and updates to your personal style, to get that haircut, to adjust how you do your makeup, to get a new piercing or a tattoo, or beef up your wardrobe, anything that will let you really express who you are and make you more appealing, because Venus is just, into seeing how attractive you can be. So Venus is going to enter the second house on January 23rd, and that's a really great time to make some nice purchases, perhaps for yourself, perhaps for your beloved, that can, assist with your style, but also reflect your values. And on that note, Julia, let me fling the ball to you, because I know you've got more to say about finance for the
yeah,
Sagittarius.
very much so. Sagittarius, there's a lot of activity, lots of planets filling up your second house this month. It starts early on, they begin trickling in, and then it gets more loaded and loaded. So we're talking about Pluto, Sun, Mars, Mercury, Venus, all coming in together. So you're really focused on your money this month. I would suggest, because there's going to be a Capricorn new moon happening on the 11th, new moons are new beginnings. Capricorn is a great sign for planning, for being ambitious, for being practical, for hardworking, to meet with some type of financial planner or put some type of financial plan together around the 11th. I think it could go a really long way for you. Now, the really nice news about finance for you this month is that Pluto is finally coming out of this house. He's going to get back, I think, a little bit later, but just for a short while. But Pluto has been in this house for years, which means that you have gone through many deaths and rebirths over money in the past decade and a half. I mean, so
Yeah.
much. And you've probably really transformed the way you've made money over the past number of years. And this has probably been a little bit unstable. You may have had to face crises here and there over money and possessions. So having Pluto kind of finally move out of this house, I think is going to feel really good and going to make finances just feel a little more stable in the long run. Well, that's all we have for you today. And if you enjoyed this horoscope, please, please do hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and tell your friends about us.
Find our site at pandoraastrology.com to get a reading with one of us, and find us on Patreon for workshops and classes. And we'll see you around the cosmos.
Bye-bye.